the Carolina Panthers.
The weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather. And we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And we are underway here on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Matt Ryan, the longtime Falcon, a veteran who's been in the league since '08, ready to guide this Atlanta offense.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Now Ryan on first down. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
First, incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25.
Throwing again. Ryan. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Oh, good move. It'll be a 10-yard return following a punt of 45. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by the guy under center, Charles, their quarterback.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive.
The pass.
A gain of 6 there on first. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
On play action, they'll throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Pilardi. Back deep is Marcus Sherrills. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10.
They're on 24-yard line.
And they'll begin by running the option. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Brian Burns Burns. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Ryan, man open, that's Calvin Ridley. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection, maybe that'll get him going. Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 14 carries, 73 yards.
Well, watching the film, we saw that things clicked pretty well for them in the running game last week. No reason to change in my mind. Continue to try and run the football, give it to him early and often in hopes of breaking down the defense so some bigger gains result as the game goes on.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Now Gurley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made by Derek Rivers. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
From the shotgun, Ryan. It's complete. This is Todd Gurley. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So with 4th down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit. There'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 19 carries, 56 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
It's third down.
They'll drop to throw. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And here now come the Falcons. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
A gain of 8 brings up 2nd and 2. At the 24-yard line.
To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, he's going to have the hook up to Gage.
For a Falcon.
7 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
He was covered by Trey Boston.
To throw again. Ryan. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw again is Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schwartz. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Number 38.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call the position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Ryan able to get this to Gurley, and they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 29-yard line. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Ryan's throw caught by Jones. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Julio Jones.
That catch, by the way, number 940 in his career, so he's 60 away from a grand, but 940, that ties him with Art Monk.
And I think it's fitting that he tied Art Monk because of the way that he goes about his business, the way that he plays the game. Not a lot of flash, not a lot of dash, but plenty of production.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gurley. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
Number 21.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And I don't think Gurley got there. Looks like the defense held him back.
A great job there by this defense. They give up the long drive, but in the end, it looks like they'll force a field goal attempt.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. They're not going to get it. They try to move the chains with a surprise, but it's a turnover on downs. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Carolina offense about ready to go. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 10.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down. And a nice little broken tackle run there by Todd Gurley, the 10th pick in the 2015 draft.
And that's what you get with him. That full package of speed, power, able to catch the ball in the backfield. Many people doubted him coming out because of the knee injury in college. They're seeing the full Todd Gurley now, and it hurts.
From midfield now, here's Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. For a good pickup there, 26 yards.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
We're scoreless after 1.
Quarter with no score.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action with Ryan. And a quick throw here that's complete. And out of bounds right around the 20. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
20-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd
Gurley. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And the Falcons are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
First and goal from just inside the 5. Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Hayden Hurst, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead. That time, a 6-play drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off.
Panthers nothing.
And following the touchdown, Hoff-Richter to kick off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
Jones running on first down, but finding it pretty tough going as he'll get forward for only about 3 there before he's taken down.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying...
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dante Fowler able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and that will come the offense as they take over. Matt Ryan and the Falcon offense set to get going again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter.
1-yard gain brings up
on 2nd and 9. Ryan,
34-yard line.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with it. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
The Falcons on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here's Sterling Hoff-Richter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. There's DJ Moore as he and the rest of the offense head back out there. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the second quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him? What routes do I run? You're exactly right. They've got to get the ball in his hands and get their offense kick-started.
He does have the 2 catches, but pretty quiet so far. Here's 2nd and 8.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs, try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll find Everett there, complete. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Panthers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Todd Gurley and the offense, they get set and trot back out there now. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it. The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They go play action now. Ryan. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. There he goes left side. Touchdown, Falcons. Calvin Ridley, 83 yards. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability. And it's good to make it 14-0. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. Now following the touchdown, Hoffrichter to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
DJ Moore, the Carolina offense, about to take over once again. Hasn't had his best day to this point here in the second quarter, and they're losing. You got to think, though, that also means that maybe the defense doing a good job on him. There's 2 sides to that coin.
I would agree, so you have to give them credit, but that means you've got to find a way to beat that defense and make sure one of your top playmakers touches the football and has an impact on the game. Change formations, change where he lines up, put him in motion, anything possible to shake him free.
Maybe that greater impact comes here on this drive.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That sack was by Isaiah Oliver. from his quarterback position.
Are you seeing what I'm seeing? That's 3 sacks now, and this team came into the game in the bottom 5 in the league in sacks.
Yeah, what's going on? It's not been their bread and butter. I don't know. Is a blind squirrel finding a nut, or is this something they can build on?
Well, they found some momentum. They found a crack in that offensive line, and they're putting it to good use.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. The Panthers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward?
Well, you know the guys trying to cover him, they haven't had a whole lot of success thus far, and while they will still...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
They'll take over.
That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And the Panthers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try again with Jones. And this time he is in.
Yes.
Touchdown.
Aaron Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This will make it into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Matt Ryan and the Falcons getting ready to go again here on offense. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the one interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you talk about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-to-1 ratio here in the second quarter.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Looking to throw again on second down. Ryan, a very quick pass to Ridley. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. And that's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
To the right side and complete to Hurst. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. On 3rd down, Ryan. He'll drop this underneath to Gurley. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing on 2nd and long. Ryan, short throw underneath to Hurst, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3 on what should be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, and that game tied at 7 in the second quarter. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers trying to hold on and claim victory. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. In our game, it was the former MVP, Matt Ryan, with a strong first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. And he'll manage to break a tackle and get this forward for a couple. It'll be second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw, and that is incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and now it's second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Looked at me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield, and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go. You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out, and this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
14, Panthers 7.
So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They were winners over the Dolphins last week. They are on top right now as well as they come up 1st and 10. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot. And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Ryan. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. Touchdown, Falcons! Calvin Ridley with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Falcons push further out in front.
Partner, they had a good lead as they went in at the half, and they came out here in the second half and found a way to extend it. I love their consistency. Don't worry about what they said at halftime. This seemed like a team that was ready to play 60 minutes, and while this game is far from over, I love their approach.
The extra point forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the end result, an Atlanta touchdown.
Sterling now
following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. Now this will make it into the end zone, and this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
First down.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
At the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
Throwing on 2nd down. Ryan. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. Here's Ryan to throw. Looking down, and this is taken in at the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You had to figure they'd take a shot downfield on 3rd and long, so the old cliche came into mind right away for me. Who wants it more? You always hear about receivers, hear about their hands, their moves, their speed. How about the positioning and the desire to go get that one out of the air?
It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Here's Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Now it's Ryan. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game. And the Falcons will extend their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point attempt to follow here. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. 5 plays there on that drive. And the Falcons score to cap it off.
Sterling.
Now following the touchdown, Richter to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
10 at their own 30-yard line.
Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons Falcons get there for the sack. Grady Jarrett able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is, will he be able to bounce back in the next one? Because right now, this has not been his game.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Jones. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Down by Deion Jones.
Calling no gain there, and it brings forth a 3rd and long.
And it's 3rd down.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Pilardi now on the punt as he sends this one away. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return.
Take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
And it becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 7.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
And here's Hoffrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And the Panthers coming out now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And some nifty footwork that time. It only amounts to a couple of yards, but could have been stopped before that.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
again, it's Jones.
18-yard line.
And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line.
On the carry.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Gain on the play. And
this is Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for Carolina. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10.
Atlanta prepped and readied for its next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Throwing again on second down. Ryan, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. Third down.
Third down and 10 yards to go.
On third down, Ryan. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Carolina getting set to take the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
A gain of 4. It's now
2nd and 6. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. 14 yards. Good for a Panther first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Up from his linebacker spot, Deion Jones making the play.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now Jones. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
brought down right at
back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10.
Brings up 3rd down.
And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. The Panthers on 3rd down. Can you believe it? 0 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He'll drop to throw. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
This defense has certainly had an outstanding second half, haven't they? I know they just gave up a first down there, and for the offense, they're hoping that that's something that they can jumpstart with and maybe start to move the ball a little bit better. But it's been tough sledding for them here the entire second half.
Back to throw now on first down. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Tyler Davison able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And, yes, out come the flags.
Defense.
So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it'll be 2nd and goal.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. They'll roll him out right. He may try and run for this.
The quarterback on the scramble. The tackle made at the 3-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 4th and goal at the 3-yard line.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll run it with Jones. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And the Falcons able to muster together a goal line stand.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on 4th down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
2nd and 8.
Now Ryan down around the goal line. A slant to Jones. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Here's Gurley now out of the gun. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line.
Gurley, the ball carrier.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, Ryan. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9 yards.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Gurley. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
The Falcons send out their punter, standing just about on his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now we'll get a stoppage here. There appears to be an injured Falcon on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
2nd and 2 at the 19-yard line.
They'll run it with Jones. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've been stymied left and right. Converted only 1 time. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
The pass. Complete to Christian McCaffrey.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Back to throw here. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Grady Jarrett picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable 4th quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Following the fumble recovery, it's Ryan. Looking sideline, incomplete.
To the sideline.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Ryan. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. And he takes it into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery and a touchdown for the Panthers. So hold the phone here, Charles. I'd kind of written them off, but after that touchdown, it's certainly a long way still to go, but stranger things have happened.
Well, when you're going to have big second-half comebacks, plays like that have to be involved.
Slide for the PAT.
point after.
It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And a good job here by the Falcons, their hands team, able to recover it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A good job defensively there on Gurley as they hold him to only a yard. It's second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Brings up 3rd and
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to the workhorse today. It's Gurley. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Came up about a yard short, but I can't help it, Brandon. I love it when the big guy gets the football and he tries to babble his way forward. There's something about those guys carrying the ball and watching people trying to stop him. That's just great theater.
Now the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Here we go. It's Gurley. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up. Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Atlanta, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.